are here for the second day at AGRF. My name is Wangari Kuria, or the Farmer on Fire. I am joined by my co-host, who is from Tanzania, hosting us in this great country. Good morning, Jolenta.
Good morning, Wangari. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Yeah, it's another day.
Yes.
I think everybody's enjoying what is happening here at Julius Nyerere International Convention Center. And we keep on welcoming those who still thinking to come. There are lots happening.
Amazing, amazing. We are very excited. Yesterday, the Vice President officially launched the AGRF here in Tanzania on conversations matters on food security, agri-food systems, and trying to demystify and see the complexities that are around producing more food in Africa. We have been having a lot of partners, a lot of discussions. We saw the parliament and the policymakers meeting yesterday, and we are hoping that that will be a big game changer. What do you think?
Yeah, I was listening to our Vice President, Dr. Philip Isdori Mpango. He talked a lot, and the main thing that he was highly focusing was about food system transformation.
Yes.
He was talking more of how Africa can be the basket of the food, how we can utilize the resources we have so that we can have enough food.
Yes.
And another thing was the focus to youth and women at the center of the food system. So this is really amazing. And in our country, I think along the Africa, we have also the blue economy, how we can utilize all the opportunities around the blue economy so that everybody be in the value chain so that we can feed Africa and also the world, because in the country currently we are of course focusing to youth and women, and the government have this amazing program called BBT, Building a Better Tomorrow. Jenga Kesho Iliyo Bora in Swahili. So this is a very good program where the youth are being trained on the good agricultural practices, on the agribusiness, also connecting to the markets so that what they are producing directly go to the markets. So it's something that is really inspiring the youth.
I really love that model, and I'm hoping that the rest of the African countries can adopt it, because this is what we mean when we say supporting young people is actually giving them that hand-holding support. The government being behind it, the partners being behind it, they are going to get almost everything. And as a Kenyan, I'm very envious of this.
And also that program is making the agriculture sexy.
Yes.
That is what you want. You can go to the farm and you can take selfie. You are doing your things and you are still we are transforming the youth mindset from just believing that agriculture is for the poor, for those who have money, for all those things, and coming to even young people can go to agriculture, and it's really the way to go currently.
I agree. And we cannot forget the efforts that Agra are putting into this. Yesterday we did see the go-getters pitch Agri-Hack. It was amazing. Those young people are understanding what their role is in the food systems, and they are pushing their best foot forward. What was your experience about the pitch?
I was there 2 years back, so I know how it looks like. So in the agriculture, there are a lot of innovations. And if you want to see these innovations, you have to attend the sessions with these go-getters pitches. It's very difficult. I think judges have a very tough time to decide who to select, because they are so innovative and they are bringing the solutions to farmers, to the food systems, in the value chain. So some are in the technology, some are in the food processing, some are in the primary production. So it's really very amazing. You cannot decide who is the best. Everybody is the best, and they are bringing. It's so, I'm so amazed because it's the young people bringing such a big solutions to our agriculture, to our food system. So it's highly very amazing.
And it's amazing. Yesterday we did see the CEO chart talking about innovations and technology around agriculture. It was an interesting episode because I was hosting the Palabres, which is in the dome just on your left. Once you enter the premises, there is a big tent there, and we are running sessions all through the day. It's a melting pot where we are having people exchange their wisdom on the ground. And something that came up from IATF is that sometimes when we think about mechanization, we need to think about the complete support in mechanization, because we give a farmer a tractor and then it's parked here for the rest of the year. We need to make sure that there is scaling in production, that there is support in the processing of whatever will be farmed at that scale. There is so much that goes to just the concept of mechanization, the concept of technology, because that's what technology does. It increases efficiency, increases production, it increases the livelihoods of people. Interestingly, one of the questions in that forum was talking about how can we talk about mechanization? Are we not going to steal away the jobs of the many people and the many Africans? And the reality is there are very few people who want to work in the fields. So it's not like there are so many laborers waiting to work in the fields. And that's why we should mechanize. What do you think?
Yeah, so everywhere it's technology.
Yeah.
It's technology. Because we want to expand, we want to grow our productions, we want to go big, we want to feed the world and Africa. So if we want to go such that milestone, we need technology, we need innovation, we need to look at what we can do better. Because if we keep on thinking of hand-hoe, we cannot feed the Africa. So we need to go further so that we can make sure that we increase the production, we expand, we keep on expanding. So mechanization, technology, innovations are the things that we need to talk about.
Interestingly, the average age of a usual farmer right now has gone down. When we started these conversations, the average age was 60 years old, and now we are seeing younger and younger farmers coming on. So truly, these efforts that we are making, these dialogues and discussions around food systems, inclusivity of women and young people into the industry has been fruitful. But can you say we have gotten there? Can you say we can start patting our backs and saying we are on the right track, or are we not just there yet?
Yeah, not only young people, we have been talking of young people, also we need to come back to women, you know. I think women are, I can say they are everywhere in the agriculture.
Yes.
In the farming itself, in the processing, in the marketing, and everywhere women are there. So let's keep on pushing to make sure that women are there, and let's support the work of women so that they make better where they are, so that they expand their businesses rather than doing the small things which cannot keep them growing their revenues.
Truly, I agree with that. Women are the backbone of the agricultural sector, and if we are not involving them in the decision making in the sector, it means that we are missing out. Only 50% of the population is able to contribute significantly to our GDP as a country, as a continent. So we need to take this seriously and start including them in the decision-making positions. We have seen that there were discussions about soil health yesterday. It's very important to have that. And today we are joined by a guest who will give us more input towards how soil health affects food productivity. We are also excited. Today we are talking about recovery, and in these efforts we are having regenerative agriculture discussions, so we hope that you are looking forward to that as well. Jolenta, if I could ask you, here in Tanzania, what are your most preferred methods of farming back home and in your business as well?
From where I come from, still hand-hoe, bit of mechanization, but still we are looking forward to grow more. So I think with this, we can now take on board our today's speakers.
Yes.
So that we can get also some of the highlights from what they are doing.
Yes.
And what we should expect from what they are doing, what are their contribution towards African food systems.
I agree. So we're going to welcome Hilary Pato from OCP to join us on stage. Kindly, sir.
You're welcome.
We love your pink shirt. Is that in support of the feminist movement? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good.
Habari za asubuhi.
Salama kabisa.
Okay. Welcome on board. We would love to know OCP. And as I said, we really want to know what is its contribution towards Agenda 1030 and what it means in food systems.
Thank you very much. As you introduced me, my name is Hilary Pato. I'm in charge of OCP in Tanzania. But OCP Africa is a Moroccan-based company, which is part of OCP Group. We are currently in 16 countries in Africa, including Tanzania, saving and reaching more than 2.5 million tons up to this year. We are doing a lot of demonstration to our fertilizers with more than 5,000 demo plots just in 2023. We are 17 nationalities across the company. So here in Tanzania, to go into specific, first, I'm very happy of the involvement and engagement by OCP through the African Food System Forum. It has been the tradition, but I think this time it is in Tanzania. So we are privileged. I'm happy for the Tanzanian youth and women. I've seen also their level of engagement in participation to this forum. It is impressive. I believe by the end of this program, they will go out with something that will really help to increase or to go one step ahead from whatever that's been doing. The Agenda 1030 clearly is focusing on the contribution and growth of agriculture in Tanzania. So the goal is to grow agriculture by 10% per annum by the year 2030. It's not an easy target. It involves a lot of other areas of support apart from fertilizer, because we OCP, we are a fertilizer company, a phosphate-based fertilizer. And to increase agriculture by 10%, that means that we have a role to make sure that we are increasing yield per acre. But if you look also at the levels of fertilizer used, the nutrient uptake, especially Tanzania to be specific, I think we are approaching 20 kilograms of nutrients per hectare. The Abuja Declaration is aiming at least minimum of 50 kilograms per nutrient. So you could see we are in 2023, but we are still way much ahead. To hit the Agenda 1030, we really need to start to adopt the best farming techniques. So fertilizer being one among them, the farmers now have to go to more customized fertilizer solutions. But how do they reach about going for the customized fertilizer solution? It is very important for farmers to understand the status of the soil. The soil health was on the discussion during the programs yesterday. OCP Africa has invested a lot of money in soil testing to smallholder farmers and women. In Tanzania by itself, by this year, we have reached more than 140,000 farmers. We are offering them soil testing for free, giving them the results, which shows the status of their soil with the recommendation what they can use. So we are slowly deviating from the traditional use of fertilizer, blanket recommendation, to more crop and soil-specific fertilizer recommendation. It's a cost, but it's a cost that we need to bear if we want to make sure that the world and Africa specific is food sufficient. So in a nutshell, that's what we have been doing. We are engaging a lot with the government. We are very strong partners with the government. We are supporting the subsidy program, which was launched in 2022 by Her Excellency Samia Suluhu, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. we have been distributing more than 400,000 fertilizers across Tanzania. So that has been one of the major contributions that we as OCP, we have been doing to the farmers. And we have seen the farmers who have been adopting our fertilizer program increasing their yield, some up to 100%. Because there are farmers who have never used fertilizer, there are farmers who are using very less, but with the introduction of a subsidy, fertilizer became relatively affordable. So they start to apply. But with the climate change, we don't have the luxury to expand the land as we go. So now the government has embarked a lot on irrigation. We have fertilizer programs which are centered with irrigated schemes. So, and in irrigation schemes, you are able to control a lot in terms of when you can apply, when you can plant. So you find that you are able to even maximize your yield per hectare. You can even rotate the crops during the season because you have access to water. So one of the best way also towards the Agenda 1030, I know that the government has also invested a lot in that area in irrigation. We cannot really continue to depend on rain-fed agriculture.
That is true.
No matter what best seeds you have, the best fertilizers we have, no matter what best crop management programs we have, if you don't have the water, you are missing a very crucial component.
And for you, Mr. Pato, thank you so much for that amazing introduction and really letting us understand the contribution of fertilizers and good fertilizers at that. In Africa, we have this challenge of acidity in soils. If I could ask you, what are the things that you are doing as OCP towards this challenge? And then number two is on what else is needed. I feel like we keep discussing pieces, but what else is needed towards fully meeting our goals? We have been having discussions. It's good you brought up the Tanzanian government increasing their budget towards this, irrigation and other things, but what does the complete picture need?
Thank you very much. We as OCP, we are encouraging a lot also the introduction of components of liming, because liming has a very big effect in neutralization the acidity. So in all our fertilizer recommendations that we are doing, on all acidic soils, we encourage the farmers to invest on liming. And liming is not that much expensive, but the impact is massive when it's applied. Over years, it neutralizes, it lowers down the acidity. But also, as I explained, we are moving to more customized fertilizer recommendation. So we are giving some precise recommendation so that the crop will feed exactly what is added on the soil, and it will leave the soil to the state that it was. Amazing. So that are some of the programs that also we are trying to teach the smallholder farmers.
That is something that I was waiting to hear from you. So I would love you to talk to farmers who are following the AGRIF. They have registered online. There are in-person people listening to you now. So you can say something to the African farmers.
And invite them to your booth as well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I would like to take this opportunity first to congratulate all the youth and women farmers who managed to make it in physical to this event. And for all those who are following online, make sure that you get access to all the discussions, the publication that has been shared here, but also make use of the side room discussions that are ongoing. This kind of opportunity, they don't come many a times, so when they happen, you make the most of them. I encourage all people around this conference facility to visit OCP Africa booth. I think we are just the first one as we enter into this conference center.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Pato, for the time spent. I think you're also enjoying the AGRIF thing, attending other different sessions. So thank you.
Yes, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I think Jolenta, as we take on our next guest, it's just to see what are the day events for today and what people can also look forward to. If we could have our next guest coming on stage, and then you can just tell me some of your reflections from the OCP representative.
Aha. Okay. What I see is like regenerate is something that I was highly looking for because we need our soils to be used now and for the future generations. So that is something that I heard from Mr. Pato.
Yes.
That we can use the fertilizers, still our soils can remain as it is. That was the key message that I take. So farmers don't worry to use the fertilizers.
Yes.
Let them use to increase the productivity, but let them observe all the techniques around it and make sure that the soil remain as it is,
Yes.
as Mr. Pato said.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We need to have the right techniques.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Welcome
stage.
to the stage, Dr. Michael, Dr. Martin. Wow, from AFDB.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we have money stage.
Yes.
Yeah. So welcome on board.
Yes. Good morning. How are you enjoying Tanzania?
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you liking Tanzania?
Oh, I enjoy Tanzania. I used to live here before, so I actually like Tanzania a lot.
Okay. Yes. So where is your briefcase? Have you brought us any money today? Any money for the farmers?
Yeah, just tell me how much you need.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you so much for joining us here.
today.
Yeah.
For us, is just about your conversations around financial support, especially for women, which was raised yesterday by the Vice President of Tanzania, and how that contributes significantly towards improvement of our food security.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. The bank takes agriculture very seriously. It's our second corporate priority. Yeah, and we call it Feed Africa. Yeah. And as part of Feed Africa, we consider that financing of farmers to acquire inputs, fertilizer, machinery is important.
Yeah. Money is everything.
So we have what we call the Affirmative Finance Action for Women in Africa, or AFAWA, where we try to provide $1 billion in financing to women. And we do it in two ways. The first way, we share risk with commercial banks. Commercial banks see farmers, especially women farmers, as really risky. So we tell them, if you lose your money, we give you back half. So that's risk sharing. The other way, we on-lend to commercial banks to lend to women farmers. So we believe that by 2025, we'll have facilitated $1 billion worth of lending to women farmers. Here in Tanzania, we also lending to women farmers. Yeah.
And to add on to that conversation, how are your efforts towards de-risking agriculture? Because some of the commercial banks, it's not that they don't want to give women and youth money, it's that there is that aspect of assets and collateral, yet they cannot take the risk themselves. How are you looking into this entire picture of where these young people and these female farmers can be able to access this financing to scale their businesses well at this point?
Right. So as I said before, we actually provide partial credit guarantees to bank. We tell them that when you lend to farmers and you lose your money, we'll give you back half of it. But another way we do it, sometimes the reason why agriculture is seen as risky is because of the low productivity, the poor seeds, no fertilizer, no irrigation. So we also try to help to de-risk the value chain itself by helping support farmers with improved seeds. We work with research institutes who work with seed companies to train them to produce seeds. Very, very important. We also work with government. We give governments loans to provide irrigation schemes. We also provide marketing programs in a way to ensure that the farmer actually gets good yields and can sell and can pay back the loan. You have to de-risk at two levels. At the commercial bank level, share the risk with them, but also at the value chain level, make sure the farmer gets a good yield and also gets a good return on its investment.
Thank you.
Thank you
Joleta,
so much.
I think you are in big value addition in Tanzania. Maybe you can give what has been your experience in accessing of and dealing with financial institutions here in Tanzania.
It's a bit tricky. I don't want to talk much because the boss is here. So it's a bit tricky because like most of the challenging thing is like women and young people, sometimes they don't have land, they don't have collaterals, they don't have the things that bank wants so that they can be bankable. And sometimes also we are doing the business. We don't keep records.
Yes.
You see? So you can find like as a bank cannot give you money, and if I cannot see your revenues, I don't know where you are. And sometimes people also are looking for the money from the bank with at the idea stage.
Yes.
And in the bank is a bit tricky. So one of my key questions that I would like Dr. Martin also to highlight is, how are you supporting these young women and young people to access finance? What are the things that as a bank you are doing so that we make sure that all the businesses around are bankable?
Okay. That's a good question. And you know that Tanzania is putting a lot of emphasis on the youth and women in agriculture.
Yep.
I'm sure you know the Building Better Tomorrow
Yes.
Youth in Agribusiness program. So the bank is supporting that program with $120 million. And that program is going to do three things, essentially. The first one is access to land, you mentioned.
Yep.
The government is going to develop infrastructure around land and give smallholder young people 10 acres, title of 10 acres. That's a very important thing.
Yep.
The second thing is access to finance. Again, young people, the banks don't want to lend them money. But we actually creating what we call the Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Bank that will deal with the issues of young people. Yeah. No collateral, no credit history. So we'll be able to lend to them because it's actually, it's a development bank, actually. It's only for young people. And the last thing, and perhaps the most important thing, is training. You need to train people so they can do well.
Yeah.
So the government is setting up incubation centers. Some of the money will be used to support those incubation centers. Yeah.
Good. So what I heard from him and my takeaway is like partnering is everything,
Yes.
and training these young people. As a bank, they can partner with other institutions, like as he said, the government is training the people, so they're already trained, they know what they do. So it makes a lot of sense if we are giving you money, you are already trained and you know what you do.
Yes.
So it will be easier for young people to give back.
I agree. And for me, it's just to see on the efforts of the AU, efforts that Tanzania is actually marching towards that goal of 2063 and trying to increase the budgets towards the agricultural industry. And hopefully this model that Tanzania has taken on will be adopted by other countries. We are hoping that we as Africans get to find our own solutions for our own people to work for us as well.
Thank you so much, Dr. Martin, for such nice discussions. I think young people and the women, we have get a lot from you. Thank you so much for joining us. So,
Yes.
Wangari?
Yes?
We had lovely discussions today,
Yes.
and I think we can keep on saying that we still have the chance for the people to get on registering, and they can tweet. They can do a lot on the social media so that they...
Please make sure that all your tweets have the hashtag AGRF 2023.
2023.
Yes.
And also today we expect to have a lot. We have transforming African food system for stronger nutrition benefits. So nutrition is coming in today, food and nutrition. And today we'll have another pitch hack.
With
This
wire.
relates with, I think, innovation and technologies.
Yes.
So there are a lot to expect from there.
Pitch
And
hack.
the CEO roundtable today is about trade and investments. So such an amazing.
Definitely an exciting second day, and we're looking forward to so much more. Please let us know the nuggets and the snippets that you're collecting throughout the AGRF by posting on your social media and tagging us at AGRF 2023. Thank you so much. I have been your host, Wangari Kuria.
Jolenta Joseph, don't miss the WIRE Award ceremonies today. Thank you so much.
All right.